Now, this money is requested under KCCA. Originally, we had thought that it had been funded under the 3%. Unfortunately, I was recently informed that it was not there, so they require prior approval of Parliament before this expenditure can be authorized. So can I now invite the Honorable Minister, Honorable Monji Betty Ongom, to make a presentation. She's no longer Roti Query.
Honorable Chair and honorable colleagues, I want to thank you and congratulate all of you that you are still safe with the COVID.
Yes. Straight away.
I want to request that
listen.
that my technical people can be introduced.
Okay.
Accounting officer.
Akankwasa. Okay. In charge of what? Roads. Minister, last time you came here, I don't remember whether it was you or Honorable Kamia. You had acting everywhere. Isn't that a sign of mismanagement?
Sorry, Honorable Chair, we are soon advertising for promotions and also for appointment. There are ongoing appointment consultations for appointments for substantive position. I found the status quo of acting, but we are working on it, Chair. Honorable Chair and members, this supplementary budget is a proposal for 10 billion shillings, and from 2018 financial year 2018-2019 and 2019-2020, KCCA had been receiving 30.5 billion under Uganda Roads Fund for road-related infrastructure maintenance and construction. Based on that, the plan for KCCA has been based on 30.5 billion shillings. Unfortunately, Chair, in this financial year, Uganda Roads Fund released only 22.3 billion to KCCA, which made it very difficult for us to do the road works within Kampala. All of you move within Kampala. You've seen the state of the road and the comments from the public about the potholes in the city. Therefore, we requested for this supplementary funding to cover the shortfalls, to undertake rehabilitation works on key roads, and some of these roads have been terribly affected by heavy rains in the country, which has damaged the network and required emergency intervention. Therefore, after engagement with Minister of Finance, we were allocated the 10 billion, and these are the roads that we intend. Some of them are already work ongoing because we were already assured that the money was coming under the 3%, so we started work under our framework agreement with the contractors, and the roads are the following: Upper Kololo Terrace, Queensway. If you go to Queensway now, you will be very pleased with the ongoing work where they are doing a lot of pavements, but also ramping the walkways Then the pothole patching on the Wilson Road, Sieg Road,
Honorable Minister,
Channel Street, yes.
you can be guiding where we get that what you are reading from
I'm
this
reading
schedule you have attached.
from the paper first, not the annexure.
It is on page 1.
Page 1, paragraph 4.
Yeah. Because I was trying to coordinate that page 1 and the attached schedule. So that it gives us which money you need. This schedule should coordinate with what is on page 1.
I think we shall get there.
We shall read the schedule.
Okay.
So I'm on Channel Street, Johnson Street, Yusuf Lule Road, Portville Road, 5th Street, Lubiri Ring Road, Masaka Road, Salama Road, Luwafu Road, Gaba Road, Bombo Road, Sir Apollo Kagwa, Naguru East Road, Katalima, Sasi Road, Port Tinda, Kira Road, Tinda Tuatule, and we shall also undertake street lighting maintenance, drainage maintenance, road marking. When we clear the above outstanding certificates, which are the works are ongoing as I stated, we shall minimize outstanding liabilities and will be able to undertake additional maintenance road on key roads that have been reoccurring in Parliament from many members of Parliament. This will include Mutungu Tank Road, Cecilia Road, Naguru Close, Gaba Bypass Road, and continue with road maintenance activities in all divisions. Honorable Chair, we would also wish to update the committee that KCCA has prepared 2 road projects that are meant to comprehensively address most of the road challenges that we are currently facing. This is called the City Roads Rehabilitation Project, which is to be funded by African Development Bank. It has already been approved by Cabinet. It is before the National Economy Committee. It will cover 67 kilometers and another annuity roads and bridges project. This one is the funding is coming from the UK Export Finance, which will cover 300 kilometers of road, and this particular loan is being processed. To date,
What is the annuity amount?
the annuity amount is the one, it's supposed to be 100 million.
Per annum?
No, total.
Yeah, but I think the annuity here means that you're paying annually for a certain period of time.
It's for 3 years. I will request the district, can you examine it?
And was it in the our medium-term expenditure framework and the multi-year?
Yes, all the roads that are under these projects are roads that are in the medium and long term.
Okay, go on.
Correct.
So to date, we have an outstanding liabilities of 12.1 billion. And the attachment that you are seeing there are roads that have been undertaken, which requires payment. Therefore, this 10 billion, part of that money will settle some of the liabilities.
And
So
what
we
happens to
are-
the 2?
Uh-huh.
What happens to the 2 billion?
Pardon?
The 2 billion will come from your pocket.
The 2 billion we have requested also finance because we, unfortunately, because of COVID, we might have difficulties, but under the agreement, we always raise revenue. And when we raise revenue, we get a certain percentage. We had projected that we would have raised 100 billion. Because by February, we had already raised about 75 billion. So we were hoping to raise much more, and then we will recover from the percentage that finance usually gives us. So with the COVID interruption, we will find a mechanism under which we can deal with the two excess, but I think if you will articulate more on that.
Mhm.
But with that, Chair, we request this committee to approve this supplementary of 10 billion so that we are able to work on the roads
Yeah,
in
that's
Kampala,
okay.
because this is the
That's
face
my road.
of this country. This is where everybody determines whether Uganda is efficient, effective, and it gives the face of this country. I beg to submit. Can
Correct.
I request the
Okay.
ED to clarify on the annuity? How many years the annuity program?
And what roads are covered in the annuity program?
Thank you, Minister. Chair, this loan for the annuity road program is supposed to be paid back for a period of 10 years. It covers 300 kilometers. That rest the rest of the bad leg. We have not yet reached the point of completing this work in government. Very soon it will be forthcoming. The list of roads included in this law is not here with us, but we can provide it for the close of the session.
Okay.
Chair,
Mm,
Chair.
yes, maybe before you come in, Vice.
Okay.
There was also this ADB, 67 kilometers. Could you talk about that as well?
Chair, the roads that are going to be done under the NDB funding cover 67 kilometers in Kampala. Some of it is upgrading of gravel to tarmac. Others are for widening of two lanes to 4 lanes. It will also include the signalization of 22 more junctions in the city.
Mm-hmm.
This loan is now currently before the committee on the national economy. And we are hopeful that we shall have it here and immediately start road tender.
Okay. That's some good news. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I think this one we should applaud the minister and her team for being very organized. They have really given information, the certificates, the companies involved, but we must get to know, accept that these companies employ Ugandans. So the more the payment delays, it means trouble to very many. It affects so many sectors. However, what I want to add, this team even accepts, instead of 12 billion, they want to provide from their own another. I don't know what they are going to do with the 2 billion. I don't know why finance could prioritize giving money to a sector which is not going to do work. Like Uganda, the year is closing tomorrow. We are on lockdown, and why don't you transfer that 2 billion and close this chapter? And you close this chapter. You see, this is where prioritization becomes a problem in this country. But now what I want, Minister and ED,
saying that children are not a priority?
where are they? Where are they? We're in lockdown, we're in COVID, where are they? And tomorrow, the financial year is closing. This one, they have certificates straight away, get money and clear. But the other ones are going just look for what to do, which they are not going to do. Now, what I request of the Minister for KCCA, what I request you to help our committee, since you have these certificates, they are in your files. For our tracking in the future, when you come again, we need copies of those certificates so that next time we can mark you.
They are already here.
We have them.
Chairman.
Oh, very
They have laid
good.
them here.
I beg to submit.
Chairman, this one is maybe I want to be one of the leaders to assist me, especially on pass bottle patching. On bottle patching. This is just a general
Photo.
Pothole.
The
Bottle. Oh.
patching. And in particular, I want to ask you a question on what is happening right now between that roundabout at the Fairway Hotel and the Garden City. Really, to me, if I was an engineer, I would remove, now that there is lockdown, I would remove and put the new one, because those potholes real. At the end of the day, I've been observing, they usually take like 3 to 4 years and you see the whole thing again coming back. So I have them to explain, instead of budgeting, and it's a lot of money. Why don't they instead get this money and we put it at...
How much is it?
Yes.
Just information, Chairman, from that first, but I want to ask a simple question. I've seen item 19, no, when you look at the chair, the schedule, item 19, 20, 23 for Stanley. They're all buying that material, is it? That's all.
Yeah.
They're all for purchase of those items. Why are they being budgeted for separately? I see 800 million, 543 million, 555 million, and when I go to other companies like Emoga, they say they will purchase this asphalt and lay the roads. But here these things stand out at their own, and they are being itemized. And I've also seen a figure here, just road markings where you are putting Fabu Baker 172 million to put paint and zebra cross, that kind of stuff. You are putting that kind of, so can somebody explain for us the multiplicity of why under that Sterling Civic Engineering you are buying for 800, 500 and somewhere, and up there you are doing it differently?
Chair.
Chair.
We are still holding the phone.
No,
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Chair, I've gone through the document presented by the Minister. And I've also witnessed what is happening in Kampala. I've seen the roads on Upper Kololo being worked on. These people are working day and night, even during COVID. And I think these companies urgently need money so that these children of Ugandans who are working in this administration are paid. The only concern I have is on schedule 1, still schedule 1, where Mwanga was talking about Baker Technical Services. The minister should just clarify why this comes to so much money, 172, when it is just painting. The minister should clarify that. And then talking about what Honorable Chivumbi was discussing, I think it is the supply, not buying. It is money planned to supply. Maybe the minister will add on that. But I strongly support the supplementary of 10 billion. It is urgent. We should give these people money so that they can pay Ugandans, the ones who are working, because these companies are in their need of the money. So I strongly support the supplementary.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, and the Minister and her team. Honorable Minister, last night on some television, the road mayor of your authority was presenting a draft master plan for Kampala, which has been in place for over 5 years. These are very, very good plans. But how come that physical plan has stayed as a draft for so long? When are we going to see it actualized so that we do this interim planning and implementation? Number 2, I'm very happy to see that you are buying some inputs, materials, asphalt, hardcore, and all that. We are encouraging force account, especially in road maintenance. Government purchased machines for you. I want to know your own capacity as KCCA in terms of building your own capacity rather than depending on contractors whom we see doing a lot of shoulder work or taking a lot of money on small jobs which we should build in our own capacity as KCCA to handle. I thank you.
But Mr. Chairman, that you just wanted to, on the schedule work. Mr. Chairman, I don't know whether you have watched this on, it is viral on WhatsApp. This lady who was walking around Nakawa, and she's taken by water. Up to now, they haven't seen. You can imagine in the city of Kampala, just near here. So such a things, now the lady, the family, all this time, they haven't seen her. So we want to really, in such a situation, let's work, even if it is small, but let these things be neat. Yeah. Mm.
So what is that road you were talking about?
No, it is here.
Between, no, mine was just generally that instead of just punching small, we should let these engineers, at least they should, if there are so many potholes, let the whole thing be removed and then they put a new one. So we should not come here and budget for the potholes, no. If the thing is old, we put the new one, especially in the city center. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. And I want to thank the Honourable Minister. Chair, I think I have only two observations to make here. I have seen there is a 5-year work plan attached to this request, and it runs from 2017-18 to 2021-2022. And part of they include part of what has been presented to us here. I don't know what percentage of this work constitutes this 5-year work plan. But that said, Chair, we need to be as a committee very, very careful when we are processing this. I have been a member of the Physical Infrastructure Committee, and for all the time I was there, not 1 year, but for 4 years, 3 years, I have been in that committee. KCCA, at all material time, declined to come and appear and justify their activities before the committee. Even when they're submitting a budget, they dodge. They never justify their activities. For all the time, the minister is new. She may not know this. But the technical staff have been there. And I'm seeing situations here where they are now doing things in a very unique way. Ordinarily, Chair, when a road is being worked, if it is a contract, yes, they say, we are giving you a contract to do Naguru Road. Now, what I am seeing here, and we need to be very careful with this, what I'm seeing people supplying hardcore. There are those supplying hardcore, I don't know to who. There are those supplying asphalt. There are those doing the marking. And yet, normally, under road construction, in the physical structure, when a contract is given, the company is supposed to mobilize equipment. The company which takes contract mobilizes all whatever is necessary, and you deliver road. Now, it means even you do even the marking and so on, but here I am seeing the usual suspect, this multiplex, also supplying here, asphalt, what. So, Chair, my only take here is, this has been a 5-year work plan. KCCA has been budgeting this money every financial year. And Chair, works takes the biggest component of our annual budget. I do not know the percentage now, but it could be something close to 22% goes to works. So we need to be very careful when now we see this, and I am very sure the minister here has never appeared before the relevant sector committee. She must have dodged that committee, because that committee would scrutinize these items now being presented to us. For now, I would urge, Chair, that our committee here desist from the temptation of scrutinizing this, but we can go ahead and maybe look at if really Minister of Finance we look at how much did they get, how much did they spend. That's where the minister should be able to tell us, so that we know that this is money which is owing. I remember, Chair, there was a time UNRWA came to us around the same time. They asked for money and they failed to pay because they were caught up by the process. So even we are not sure whether we give them this money within these 45 remaining days, they'll be able to pay these certificates they are claiming. So, Chair, I want us to only be sure that the minister should be able to tell us now. Forget about these specifications, these certificates. How does her request address the issue of unavoidability and unforeseeability so that we can discharge our work according to the law?
Okay. Well, I think don't forget the first paragraph where they said ordinarily they get 30.5 billion. Ordinarily they get 30.5 billion annually for road maintenance. And this year it was reduced to 22.3 billion.
Chair, I can tell you the reason why. I believe the reason why partly this, because this sector, this KCCA, has never justified its budget. Even during the policy, because this year, of course, it was a different thing. But for all the time I've been in that committee, whenever you call them, they don't come.
But are we discussing that
No, but that's why, that's what I'm telling you.
That's the story.
That these are sectoral issues. That's what I'm saying it.
Yeah, I thought they belong to the Presidential Affairs Commission.
Affairs.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Unless you summon them separately.
You see, when it comes to
Let's concentrate on this.
KCCA, when it comes to works, they get their
No.
money under.
No. The policy statements is to presidential.
Yes.
That's where they defend the budget.
KCCA gets money even from Minister of Agriculture.
Don't argue.
Okay, we have listened to you.
Policy statement is to the.
I think we have listened to you. Let's listen to
Yeah, thank you very much.
Honorable Wiruko.
Whereas I thank the minister for what they are doing for Kampala right now.
Honorable
I also
Sirwanyi.
want to draw the minister.
Honorable Sirwanyi, please.
Can I draw the minister to the video trending in social media? And I believe Honorable Kajinda raised it. During a flood, a woman disappears into either manhole and vanishes completely. Is it happening in Kampala?
She was
Is it
saying
in
what?
Kampala?
Saying
And if it is in Kampala, where are these manholes? What is in your plan to have them filled so that such a thing doesn't happen? The woman compensated.
Covered action.
And track the body. I'm told up now the body has not appeared. Number two, we have gone to Loom Street, Mean Price Butter, and so many other parts of Kampala. And we have seen the work you are doing. The work looks marvelous. You have even planted grass. But colleagues, give it 5 months, and you will find that grass gone. You will find the trees that have been planted there withered. What do you provide? Where is the provision for maintaining such scenery? So that we have those grass remaining, we have those trees remaining. We are even told right now there is a weed which is invading some of the trees that you have planted here. What are you trying to do to make sure that we get rid of some of these things? It's not a question of just putting it there for us to see for some few weeks and then later it destroys. What is the long-term plan to have what you have put there remain and make our city beautiful? Thank you.
Minister, you can now respond.
Thank you very much. I want to request that the engineer, Kaka, responds to the specific issues. Then if there's anything left, I will summarize. Yes. That one is very technical.
Thank you very much, Chair and honorable members. And there was a question about the certificates, the multiple certificates being paid to Sterling Civil Engineering. And I want to inform the committee that we have a framework contract for supply of materials. These materials include quarry products like hardcore,
like aggregates and asphalt. And we put these contracts in place because we want to use some of our force account capacity. So we get contracts for supply of materials, and we use our machines and labor to implement this work. That is why you have those multiple certificates for supply. We also had to contract a company to renew the marking for the parking spaces on all our streets, which had faded, and that company was Abu Baker. It has completed the work. But I also want to inform the committee to mark everywhere where there is street parking, to remark all those slots and to put there the road furniture. I would like to inform the committee that we have now acquired our own road marking machine, and going forward we shall be marking these places ourselves, even the roads themselves, and the zebra crossings. Yes, yes, sir. There was an issue about Yusuf Lule Road, where we are carrying out some extensive maintenance works. We have actually inspected this road to the detail and determined the failed areas. So those are the ones we are repairing instead of rehabilitating the entire road, because we don't even have the budget. So after we've done these repairs, the road will serve for some considerable time. Our road maintenance needs. Yes, we prepared a strategic plan for road maintenance, which indicates our needs, but we've never got this money in any financial year. For example, this financial year we needed 61 billion, but we got 22, which was even lower than the previous financial year. So that plan indicates the need, but we haven't got the money yet. And of course, this is a problem for us because every year we are adding on more expensive infrastructure which will need maintenance. For example, we are adding on traffic lights on the roads. They need maintenance, and street lights. Also, in a couple of years from now, we shall be handed over the flyovers for maintenance by UNRA, which will also need more money for maintenance. We shall continue to request government to give us more money for road maintenance. Shall we be able to pay out this money? Yes, we are very ready to pay out this money because the certificates are with us. In a matter of 1 week, all these payments can be cleared. Then there was an issue about the master plan. We prepared a master plan, which is at a macro scale. It is a structure plan indicating the zoning, but we have to now drill down to the detailed plan. And the preparation of that detailed plan is going to start before the end of this year. That is what is going to show to the detail how every neighborhood in the city will look like. And then all plan approvals will be in accordance to that detailed plan. Maintenance of the green. We have a landscaping department in KCCA, and every year we allocate some money for maintenance of the green. So we shall ensure that the green that has been put on the non-motorized transport corridor is well maintained, and we shall also request, or rather we shall carry out more enforcement to ensure that there are no street vendors on our streets, because these are the ones who usually damage this green. Chair, there was an issue about the unfortunate incident where a lady who fell in a drainage channel. First of all, this was not an open manhole, but it was an open drainage channel alongside Ginger Road. This happened during a flood, and almost everywhere the road was flooded. So it was a very risky moment for anyone to be on the road. It was very unfortunate, we have so many open drains still in Kampala, and we would like to cover all of them. To put there culverts, instead of having open drains, we put there pipe culverts. But it is also very, very expensive. We have started on it, and hopefully in a few years from now, we shall have Kampala free of open drains. That one is also going to be implemented very soon. Of course, we've put rails in many places, but they are also subject to vandalism because people are stealing them at a high rate. They are also stealing manhole covers. Chair, I beg to submit.
Okay, there are two more. There's this item 23, this semi-automatic multi-purpose bike load line. What is that? The second one
Chair.
is about this structure that people have to, yesterday we saw you joining the mourners. If your work would have been prevented that incident from happening. Now, it looks like we are not safe. You know, those structures that are collapsing, losing 13 people, I think it's a very big number. And the Kampala City Council must be held liable for that. You know, you cannot continue people dying easily like that. Because KCCA is sleeping. You know, is sleeping on the job. So that's a very serious matter. 13 people dying. People who are trying to, you know, protect themselves against COVID, and they are dying under collapsing buildings. So you may need, although it is not part of this discussion, but you may need to inform the country the measures you are taking about it.
Chair, item number 23. This item was for purchase of a paver and block making machine so that we can start renewing our pavers, our pavements using casual labor to provide more employment and also to make blocks for any construction we would like to undertake. So this machine has been installed at Chanja and it is in operation. Chair, with regard to the collapsed building in Lukuli, this was a very unfortunate event. The proprietor of this property had been stopped from construction on 13th March 2020, but he took advantage of the lockdown, housed some people in that very building, and continued with the construction. We have prepared a report on that, and also further investigations are going on. But also, the staff who are supposed to oversee building construction in that division, we are taking very stern measures on them. Thank you.
I think we can conclude. Honorable Chair, we belong rightly, as you stated, to the Committee of Presidential Affairs. This particular year, which we have defended our budget, I have not received any invitation from Physical Planning Committee on Physical Infrastructure to go and defend any policy statement for KCCA. If the committee would like us to come, Agriculture has invited us. We have gone to, because KCCA has 10 directorates, and the directorates, some of the directorates give money, and they call us to go and explain what we are doing with the money, like education and so on. So in case that is required, we are ready to do that. But I want to really conclude by saying that we are doing everything within our power to, within even cabinet, that some of the issues you have raised are of great concern, issues of physical planning in the city, issues of manhole, and issues of beautification. That's why cabinet is undertaking serious discussion about reforms in the city. And once cabinet has concluded on some of those, we'll be able to bring it to parliament for further consideration. I thank you and request you to kindly approve the supplementary. Under the law, compensation should be done by the owner of the building, because we had issued notice for him to stop. Oh, the woman, that one at the moment, it is the policy of KCCA for compassionate activity and packages that we are looking at, but we are not looking at, we are looking at it as an accident until police gives us a report. But the compassionate bit, we are handling it. Thank you very much.
So we shall expect this afternoon to get the list of the annuity roads, as you promised, Engineer Chitaka. The list of the annuity roads, the 300 kilometers, that is subsidiary information. I think we have no problem with KCCA. I do not see any objections, serious objections. Yes, since we are all beneficiaries of this infrastructure anyway. So thank you very much, Minister. Yeah, that's what they are doing, I thought. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming and for the good presentation.